And I'm back with another Denizen set commentary. The last video I put up, the music was a problem, so we're going to be listening to some 17th century dance music. Hopefully that doesn't get flagged. And this set is between Demise and No Funny Name, and I was surprised to see that it went to the last game, so I'll be interested to see why, essentially, because I would think Demise is a stronger player in general. So both players backing up at the round start, and Demise getting in with a few pressure strings. No Funny Name using a desperation super, but Demise wasn't biting. Just goes for a safe ender on that block string. Good option against a team with beat extend. He has his own Gregor baited out, and Neffy gets a punish, but doesn't manage to punish the burst. A small hit on that assist puts it in lockdown, so that's good. And Neffy doesn't quite get a full conversion there. He might be able to counter super here. No, it does trade, and that might lose him Big Band, actually. So Cerebella comes in, does save Big Band with a sliver of health, but the snap will get rid of most of that. The frame trap drill leads to an easy conversion and easy kill on Big Band, and it's down to Cerebella. Her low hitbox is kind of tough for instant air dashes to connect sometimes, and that resulted in Demise whiffing a couple of times, but he does get the stylish air dash back, kick behind his head, and that should be a kill. Okay, Neffy taking a bit more of an offensive strategy this time. I don't know about that dash up heavy punch, but it is safe on block, especially against solo. And he's getting a couple hits with this big extend assist, but Demise, good timing with that Gregor, catches both. Doesn't manage to continue the birthday combo. It's a good recognition that he wasn't going to connect with that Gregor, and the Dynamo does manage to connect, but he doesn't finish a combo with it. And Cerebella manages to protect the assist character there. A bit of a fumble on that reset. I have to assume he was going for a cross under and just didn't get the run stop or whatever he was going for. Yeah, he does this a fair bit against me, the whiff heavy punch into Pummel Horse, but against someone who's willing to press buttons, it's really not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea in general. Like, you could just do a grab. Okay, the multi-hit breaking armor there, and Neffy goes for Gregor on incoming, which is probably not the safest option. And isn't going for the timpani on incoming, so he does get meaty left-right mix-up. Okay, so just the giant step. Demise was not caught blocking, but because it has a good air hitbox as well, it caught him trying to jump in. He would have got caught by a brass as well, or a train, so I guess that's just his bad for not being a bit more careful. He almost got both characters in that situation. Neffy failing that conversion, he probably could have Gregor to convert, but he does manage to beat Demise's jump in there, and promptly eats a Gregor in the face. Demise drops as well. That should be a dead Big Band if he can get a snap, but he lets the body drop. And there's the snap. Bring in Big Ben at half health. Fishing with drill, it seems to work a lot of the time, but he can't grab Big Ben on the bounce before OTG hits. Okay, cross under crouch light kick, that's a thing. Bella needs it. And the frame trap drill again, catching Bella with a counter hit. And just going all over his head, essentially. Neffy probably needs to investigate his anti-air options up close with Bella. There are a few, especially against Filia. Unfortunately, Gregor crossing under too fast in order to hit, and Demise gets corner pressure as a result, and that's a dead Filia. And Undizzy has drained, but Cerebella gets the hit. And good patience there from Demise to wait out the active frames from Beat Extend and then go for a punish. And Neffy, with that odd string of crouch medium kick into crouch heavy punch, you can convert, but it's just a tricky situation if you haven't seen it before. The multi-hits as a way to get in against Big Band is nice. It avoids losing to armor. But Neffy's willing to throw out the DP. No conversion though. Manages to pick up on Demise's wake up. But again, he's dropping. So it's just a bit of a lack of consistency from Neffy here. He is getting some hits, but Demise is making more out of his. And I have to say, I'm not feeling the dance so far on this this playlist. The good old single overhead into another overhead catches everyone. That was an interesting trade. It looks like Neffy was trying to punish with crouch medium kick instead of light, so they ended up trading. Even though Demise was -4 or something. Does get the punish on the burst bait. This should be a lot of damage, but he goes for overhead reset. And against someone like Demise, you gotta be ready for super mash. Does he convert with the beat extend? Yes, but he doesn't get the combo. That is a very easy conversion that he still hasn't learned, even though he has real combos for everything else. Okay, so Diamond Drop with the throw invincibility beats Demise's Oki setup. And this time he does get the conversion. Accidentally frame traps Demise. I don't know what he was mashing. Usually that's a super, so he may have been just unlucky with his timing, but that's a dead Filia. I need to stop saying that's a dead, I think. So they're both sticking to their guns with these openings. Neffy's happy to use jump medium punch, and Demise is far more into his air balls, which seems to do well against beat extend calls. Neffy might want to think about something that can stuff it in order to get a bit more even trades in these gambits, or at least back off and then play neutral instead of going into these losing situations again and again. Okay, that's cool. Gets the beat extend conversion, goes straight into overhead. At least that was a deliberate drop. And the Good old crouch medium punch tick into command grab. He really needs to work on that conversion from Dynamo Knuckle though. Air throw and incoming. That would beat Timpani since he's player 1, I believe. Actually, it may be a player 2 thing, so if he did Timpani, he may have been able to trade or beat the meaty throw. At the very least, he could be abusing parry option selects. At the moment, he's just kind of double jumping or trying to block on incoming as Big Band, which isn't necessarily the best idea. That's a bit better of an opening. So he waits for Demise to put in his air string, land cancels, and gets a punish jab. And does the same thing again. Quick overhead reset. And just goes into lockdown to drain some undizzy, which is good. But these low resets, it's just so dangerous against Gregor. No conversion on the OTG, that's a bit unfortunate. Demise the late airball just to lock out beat extend for a while, and this should have resulted in a dead Big Band, but he still manages to get a good chunk out. Fishing with the drill, Neffy's not biting though, and manages to catch Demise sleeping on the Kancho. I really don't like that reset. It looks like a mistake, and it should be a mistake, but he is doing that deliberately. At least he should have been able to punch that and get a kill. He may die to regret that, I guess would be the term. He could, yeah, he did make it safe with a good placement on the Timpani afterwards, but he could have DHC'd to level 3 if he wanted to as well. But this should be a decent amount of damage. No, he doesn't burn the meter, okay. Okay, just extremely long range, crouch light kick, one of Bella's strengths. But Neffy gave Demise a few extra lives there just because he wasn't willing to burn meter early. I guess it is kind of tough to gauge damage against a solo. Both people backing up again, okay. And beat extend wins out. I don't know if that was just a dropped reset or if he was trying to bait Gregor, but either way he manages to keep corner pressure until now. And I do like that. The early DP in Demise's reset strings punish him for going in too hard. And that is such a tricky cross-up. Does it again just to show off. And a bit of a corner carry on the dead body, that's good. This time Neffy's the one catching the low resets with reversal supers, but he isn't consistent with these conversions from his DP. Compared to Demise doing super, where he just does Gregor and gets a combo almost every time, Neffy's just not getting the payoff that he should be. And he should be looking to get Bella out. He may DHC to level 3 just to get in some damage. He can do a hit on OTG if he wants. No, just dashes in towards the corner and catches Demise with a well-timed crouch light kick.
Now, message from propaganda minister.
Do I know you?
Ready for punching? No shot.
Oh, okay, so Demise, worried about the comeback that Neffy's making, switches to his duo, the good old Fukua Dart assist. And it looks like it's paying out off for him. It is something that he can use to make his way in against a team with a DP assist. Whiffs his tricky cross under there and gets grabbed as a result. But once he's got that space, he can just chuck out these fireballs and follow them in. So we'll have to see if Neffy's able to either deflect them or armor through them. At the moment it looks like he's just trying to avoid it, but they stick around. But a good tick throw there catches Demise trying to push block guard cancel. And he drops his conversion again. A bit of a fail punish there. Filia gets out with a fair chunk of health to regen. And there's no safe DHC for Bella there. Just lets Bella die. Big Band comes in with a couple of meters, but he's going to have to win out a few times if he wants to kill both characters here. But it looks like that may just be it. And I believe that is the final game. I'll just have a quick look. Yes, so that was Demise versus Neffy.